Hello everybody, it's Josie here. Today I'm going to be doing another author spotlight on just one of my favorite contemporary authors, and that is the wonderful Jen Wilde. I have read all of their books this year. I can't believe it's taken me this long to get to their books and enjoy them and read them, but I've absolutely loved them. Some of my favorite characters. They are so much fun. They are such fun, contemporary, a kind of LGBTQIA plus positive books to read, and I absolutely adore them, and they have a very special place in my heart. And in case you're wondering about what I'm dressed as today, I thought I would do this video in the style of Emmy King from The Bright Siders. So this is one of Jen's novels. The character Emmy King is one of my favorites, and I thought I would just kind of emulate Emmy's look-ish here. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, Jen Wilde was actually born in Australia, and they split their time between New York and Melbourne. I believe in their latest book, they're described as a geek, a writer, a fangirl. They love watching Netflix and going to conventions, and I think that really kind of comes through in their books and their writing, that kind of fun element, that convention. I mean, the very first book we're going to talk about is actually set at a convention. Just that kind of element of fun, cosplay, fangirling, that whole vibe is so present in their books, and it's something that I really love, and it's just so much fun to read about. So I have their 3 books here. As far as I know, these are the only books that are out at the moment. So I'm going to go through all of 3 of them and tell you what I think. So actually, let me just start off by saying these are all 5-star reads for me. I love them. I just really love them. So anyway, enough fangirling. So the first book I've got here is Queens of Geek. Now, Queens of Geek is about, I think Charlie is her name. Yeah, Charlie's the main character. And she is an actress, and she's in this is really her first sort of big role in this kind of sci-fi series. And she goes to a convention to kind of promote the film, and there's a lot of press coverage about her on-off again relationship with her male co-star. But at the moment, it's very much off. She does not like him. He's not a very nice person, let me just tell you. And while she's at this convention, she meets someone who she's kind of had a crush on, a fellow actress, whose name is she an actress or a blogger? I think she's actually like a blogger. Oh no. Yeah, she's a bit like an internet blogger, and she meets Alyssa. And Alyssa, so Charlie's always had a bit of a crush on Alyssa from afar, and she kind of sees her there, and they get talking, and she realises that maybe the crush may not be so one-sided after all. And then you've also got the other character in this book, Taylor. So you see on the front it says 2 love stories, 1 convention, and this is all set around the convention. And in the other character, Taylor, I think she's on the autistic spectrum. That's how I read her. But also she is she's kind of, I think, secretly in love with her best friend, and it's a really sweet, so you've got a really sweet secondary romance in this book as well. There's wonderful spectrum representation. There's obviously fantastic LGBTQ plus IA and different sexuality represented in this book, and it's an element that I adore and I really appreciate. But also the story is just fun. It's kind of a fun romp through a convention, if you like that. It's just, the characters are great, the characters are fun, and I really enjoyed this. And I'll just say, if you do enjoy this book, then Princess and the Fangirl over here, that one, I think if you love Queens of Geek, you will love The Princess and the Fangirl as well, because it has a very similar vibe. I love both of those books, so I would definitely recommend that if you love this. Then the next book is the one that I'm kind of dressed as, and that is The Bright Siders. Now, The Bright Siders are a band, so they're a band formed of 3 friends, and you have Emmy King, who's essentially your main character in this book. And Emmy starts with the book as a bit of a mess. So the very first few pages, the very first chapters, her kind of stumbling out of a party drunk with her girlfriend, Jessie, who, again, not very nice. And, you know, she's kind of the press there. She's all over the press as being a mess, and her management's kind of saying to her, you need to clean up your act because this is unacceptable. You know, we can't market you like this and that kind of thing. And so you have that, and it's quite there's a lot going on with her family and her parents, and that's actually a really kind of a deep storyline there, that you have this kind of, that this party lifestyle, this drinking, all of that is kind of stems from her family as well. And then you have the other two members of the band, so it's Ryan and Alfie. Alfie is non-binary, and there is a lovely developing romance between Emmy and Alfie. And also the friendships in this book are just beautiful. And what I love about this book is at its core, it's about friendship, it's about supporting each other, it's about acceptance for who you are, and there's these lovely sort of love stories intertwined in it. The romance element's gorgeous. I love the setting. I love the kind of the whole band music setting, the LA setting, all of that. I just adore this book. I like Emmy King. She is a flawed main character, but I love her, and I love her relationship with Alfie, and I just think, yeah, I think this is a wonderful, wonderful book, and again, it's so much fun. It's so, and you have some callback. I think that Alyssa, who is the love interest in Queens of Geek, gets called back in this, I think it's this book, it might be the next one. What I love about that is Jen has given slight nods to her other books, and you kind of have character callbacks, and you definitely have bright-sided character callbacks in the next book I'm going to talk about, which is going off script. So you kind of almost have, like, if you've read them all, you kind of go, oh yeah, that character. I mean, you don't have to read them all, I'd recommend you do, but I love the fact that she sort of, that these characters are kind of called back in other books. So it's really wonderful, and I think it adds a real element of someone, if you're a fan of the books and of Jen's and her and their writing, then, you know, that is, it's really sweet. It's kind of, that's like one for the fans. I really like that. So yeah, Brightsiders, love it. If you're into music, if you're into bands, that kind of thing, it's just beautiful, sunny at times, but also quite deep and quite hard, particularly when you're talking about addiction and alcoholism. And what fame does to someone is really interesting, the exploration in this book. And then the last one, so this is the most recent book, it's Going Off Script. This book I love. So your main character, Bex, in this, she is an aspiring scriptwriter. And she gets an internship to go to Hollywood and be sort of an intern on her favorite show. I think it's called Silver Falls, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Silver Falls. So she meets her boss, Malcolm, who, again, is not a very nice person. And, you know, she has all these ideas, and she's kind of shipping these two characters in a queer relationship. And she writes sort of a treatment for an episode, which then gets stolen by her horrendous boss, and he takes the credit for it. And this is kind of a story of, again, it's being who you are. So she's kind of coming out as well as gay, as queer in the beginning of this book, which is wonderful. You know, there's romance, there's wonderful friendships, there's wonderful callbacks to characters from Queens of Geek and the Brightsiders, which I love. It's about this group of friends in the end banding together to kind of bring down the man, which I love. It's a wonderful book. I love this. This is the kind of book that, you know, I pick up over and over again to read because it's fun and it just makes me smile, and I absolutely love it. Again, if you love this book, you will really love, well, yeah, you'll love Nina Nakor's Everything Leads to You, because it's also in that kind of Hollywood setting, that kind of California-drenched sunshine, and I think it's not, while not the same, I think it has the same sort of vibe. So if you love Going Off Script, Nina Nakor's Everything Leads to You. If you love Nina Nakor's Everything Leads to You, try out Going Off Script. And that is it. Those are the three books that I have. Let me know if you know any other Jen Wilde short stories books out there, because anything they do, I want to read. I cannot wait for a new book. Going Off Script came out this year. I'm hoping another one soon. But yeah, I love Jen. If you love books that are happy, great contemporaries with the deeper edge and deeper meanings as well, great friendships, sweet romances, and wonderful spectrum and LGBTQIA representation, pick up Jen Wilde's books because they are incredible. That's it from me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you love these books or if you think anything similar based on these that I might like. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Bye-bye.